We welcome you inside the pavilion at Ole Miss on the campus of the University of Mississippi. It's the 2020-2021 season opener for the Ole Miss Rebels as they take on McNeese State out of the Southland Conference.
First McDonald's All-American ever in the Ole Miss women's basketball history, by the way.
As the ball there kicks it out to Johnson for three, rattles it home. Perennial powerhouse in Maryland. Here's Johnson, the pull-up feed inside to Austin. Her first bucket as an Ole Miss Rebel.
And a Mississippi girl, and you step right in.
Ball was loose, ends up in the hands of Delilah Van Kampen, who lays it in. He's running the floor through that press. There's Austin again, absolutely sending that shot straight back down to the arm.
They did get it out there.
The Cowgirls looking to set up offense a little bit more, but you just saw Maddox take matters into her own hands as Ole Miss scores on the other end. But there's a touch for Austin down low, steps through a defender and lays it off the glass and in. A player they think can be really special. No look pass from Johnson, finds McGee, and McGee finishes easily.
It's amazing how good it is.
Richard swatted by Shakira Austin, who has protected that rim like it's her child. And Scott, who's going to feed it right back down low. Spin to the left side, kisses it off the window and good. What a feed down low to Scott. Danetta Johnson, who uses the long arms to keep it inbounds. 3-on-2 for Ole Miss. Nice feed to Scott running the floor. They're both on the floor together, but has all the same intangibles as Reed does taking care of the ball. There's Maddox with a big three for McNeese. There's a cutter going back door. Nice move there by Richard, but then Collins shows the ability to backtrack and send that shot the other way. Back into the paint, pull up. Missed the shot, rebound by Kitchens, works around the defender and lays it in. Swings it over to the corner for Collins. One dribble to her right, lets it go. Collins now with 10 points. And Britton Van Kampen works to her right. There's a player we didn't talk about much early on in this game, but Van Kampen doing as much as she can offensively, now has a couple buckets. Collins is on fire right now. Another three on the way from the freshman. Rebounded by Caitlin McGee. Rebels pushing the floor. There's Madison Scott again going coast to coast, and there's your 5-star working out like a 1-star, trying to prove her worth every minute she's out there. Just 1 point in her debut, came at the free throw line. But she will have an assist, and Shakira Austin's gonna go to the line to try to complete the old. Hamilton picks up her dribble, looking for help now. Good cut from Richard. Clears out some space, goes up, and has a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Mimi Reed, hesitation dribble, looking for help. There's Collins wide open on the sideline, and she's going to make McNeese State pay. McGee goes down low to Kitchens, and Kitchens has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
That's impressive. You know, I would encourage the Ole Miss fans. I think they're going to have fun watching this team.
And there's Barry pushing it in the other direction again for Ole Miss. Finds Collins wide open on the wing. Another three, and it's got nothing but net on the way down. I mean, this has been an offensive and defensive showing for the Rebels.
It has. And, you know, Seth, one thing about it, too, that I would say to the fans is it's not always going to be like this. These are young players. They're going to have some struggles at times in this season. There's no doubt, especially when it gets down to the SEC. But the future is bright for Ole Miss. You're going to have to put on shades when you come. The future's so bright.
55-point win for Ole Miss on opening night. It was delayed by a few extra days, but they get the job done, taking down McNeese.